Tonight on KGW News, Superintendent arrested.
It's shameful. It's really shameful.
Why authorities say what she did and didn't do when it came to sexual assault allegations involving high school basketball players was criminal. Plus,
police really, they got gutted during this process.
What Portland City councilors managed to save, and new tonight why the police union is worried. Then the Fire shakes up its roster as the Blazers reportedly narrow their list in their search for a head coach. And later,
I love my students. I love my daughter who nominated me.
meet the 4 local educators making a big difference and about to have their rent or mortgage covered for an entire year.
I am feeling so great and blessed, and thank you so much. It's awesome. This is amazing.
But first, to a live look at the Rose City on this Thursday night after yet another beautiful day with folks already hitting the roads and runways for Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial kickoff to summer. Here it comes. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Spino. Matt, looks like it's smooth sailing for the next couple of days here.
Yeah, it's been a good run up so far this weekend. It's going to continue right on into the weekend. Vancouver right now, clear sky, 67 degrees. Really notice how the nights have gotten warmer the last couple of days. Earlier in the week, it was really quite chilly at night and in the morning hours, but not anymore. We're running 3, 5, 6 degrees warmer now compared to where we were at this time last night. So pretty big change there for the nighttime hours. Take out to the coast right now. We've got fog and low clouds out there, 54 degrees in Lincoln City. That'll be around in the morning hours, but not for too long. Portland hit 84 today, and today is going to end up being the warmest day of the week, as expected, maybe near 90 down in Medford, but we'll begin to cool off tomorrow, but not by too much. We're going to take things gradually. 81 tomorrow, so really a great day. Temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and 70s by early afternoon. And then as we go to the Memorial Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday still look really good, and Monday still looks really not good. More on that later, David.
At least we got Saturday and Sunday. Thanks, Matt. To new reaction tonight after Portland City Council approved an $8.5 billion budget with much ado about law enforcement, camp sweeps, and so much more. The cuts, $160 million, had to come from somewhere, with tonight the police union estimating it's about to lose $18 million worth of people and programs. Alma McCarty's in the newsroom to break that down. And Alma, it sounds like no one is really happy about this.
David, Council President Jamie Dunphy said they had to make some hard calls, but that they didn't close any fire stations and they didn't cut a single police officer. The police union says that's not necessarily a win.
We were closing the largest budget hole in the city in the last 50 years.
Though after 3 days and 30 hours of debate, when it comes to public safety, Portland City councilors still aren't satisfied.
Police really, they got gutted during this process. They really got gutted.
Yeah, I'm very afraid. I think that what we can expect is longer response times. I think we can expect a delay in service.
I am nervous about these cuts, and I think we have some more work to do to see how we can restore some of them.
The cuts to public safety were really unacceptable. We didn't cut a single police officer, we didn't close any fire stations, but we did sort of give everything else a haircut.
80% of funding slashed for public safety support specialists who respond to lower level calls like stolen cars. KGW rode along with them last week.
We'll show up to these property crimes and they'll be like, wow, I wasn't expecting someone to show up, or, oh, like you responded so quickly.
The Office of Violence Prevention losing grant funding, and both victim services and community outreach programs being scaled back.
And this is the deepest cut in the history of the Portland Police Bureau. This will be very practical, real-time impact.
Aaron Schmautz, president of the police union, says while no sworn officers will lose their jobs, the cuts run deep.
We have cuts to training, which, we talk about using accountability money or whatever money we want to use. Training is accountability. And then again, you start getting into the just access to officers and detectives, because we're cutting both vehicles and overtime money. And again, we're a bureau that is staffed well below the national average.
The mayor initially proposed cutting around $21 million from PPB. Schmautz says by his math, that number is now closer to 18 or 19 million in cuts, part of a budget gap that topped $160 million. David?
That's Alma McCarty in the newsroom. Thanks, Alma. You know what? When it comes to Portland Fire and Rescue, counselors saved the fire engine in St. John's and also restored money for CHAT. That's the specialized overdose response team, along with some violence prevention and Portland street response. That said, 3 fire rescue units could be cut and about 100 city employees total could lose their jobs. The budget now goes through legal review. Counselors are permitted to make some further changes ahead of their final vote in June. Developing tonight, just hours after Longview police arrested the school superintendent in connection with a sexual assault investigation involving students, the school board has now placed her on leave. Karen Cloninger is charged with obstructing police, failing to report as a mandatory reporter, and tampering with a witness, which is a felony. In February, authorities arrested and charged 2 high school basketball players at Mark Morris High for allegedly sexually assaulting their younger teammates. Police say the school and district knew about the attacks but did not take action. Jess Waldo is a parent in the district who worked on a petition to try to compel the board to fire any staff member that failed to report what they knew to authorities.
So the fact that they were unwilling to pull anybody while this was being investigated to make sure that we feel comfortable with our kids being in the schools, they just allow these people to continue working. It's really upsetting.
In a statement, Interim Superintendent Patty Bowen saying, quote, "Our district remains committed to understanding the facts surrounding the alleged student and staff misconduct, cooperating with the ongoing investigation, following the law, and ultimately taking appropriate accountability action," end quote. Cloninger will make her first court appearance tomorrow. Developing tonight, a 17-year-old who was injured in a downtown Salem shooting is now stable in the hospital and expected to survive. A witness telling KGW he saw a group of people running toward the courthouse square building Wednesday evening, heard a bang, and then saw people running away. Salem police say they're still trying to find the suspect.
All I know is it went from 0 to 10 real fast. I've been here almost 3 years, and that's the craziest thing I've seen down here. There were so many cops and so many people here, it was hard to see what was going on.
Police have not released any suspect description or any information on a potential motive. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, we're learning more about the Wasco County Commissioner running for re-election who died on Election Day. Phil Brady was a lifelong Oregonian who grew up in the Dalles. According to OPB, Brady went out for a bike ride on Election Day, started having chest pains, and later died in the hospital. The news coming as a shock to his fellow commissioners.
I think we're all still in shock, trying to figure out kind of what to do, how to move on, and it's a hard thing for us. He's part of our family here.
Brady's death now opens a vacancy on the commission since he appears to be leading the race. We've reached out to the county and the Secretary of State for clarity. Brady leaves behind his wife and 2 daughters. In an update, Multnomah County deputies say they have tracked down the driver of a semi involved in this hit and run. Just watch as the semi clips a water truck, then sends it barreling off I-84 and then rolling through the woods. This was Monday in the gorge near Dalton Point. Somehow the 2 people inside were not seriously injured. The sheriff's office says the semi driver is cooperating and so far has not been arrested or cited. And in Beaverton, students and staff at Mountainside High went home early today after a fire broke out in the school's wood shop. Firefighters say they think a belt from a sander broke and then got pulled into the dust evacuation system. Everyone was sent to the field to evacuate and the fire was put out. 4 students were treated and a firefighter was taken to the hospital because of smoke inhalation. School was canceled for the rest of the day, mostly because of smoke and water damage. New at 11, a local high school program that's helped thousands of students find themselves and their path forward is now no more. Catherine Cook talked with parents and students at Reynolds High about the impact.
The district tells us their decision to cut the JROTC was financial. Those who support the program understand the challenges, but say this tough financial decision was actually a mistake.
This was the closing of the battalion. We cased the colors. We will not be returning next year. It's a sad day.
Reynolds High School senior Ted Waterworth is saying goodbye to the Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps, a casualty of district budget cuts. He's grateful for what the JROTC did for him and those before him.
It's mainly to help you find your path through life, teach you what you're good at, teach you what you might need to work on.
In its final year, Reynolds had 75 cadets in its JROTC program. Meanwhile, the district is facing a $20 million budget shortfall.
They were trimming fat off of programs. This program was already boned, so you cut into bone, it's just gone.
This one, I think, hits the students very directly.
Eleanor Maddock is a math teacher at Reynolds. She says JROTC's impact on the school has been subtle but powerful.
The pride and responsibility that they learn in the program, they inadvertently share with their peers. They model leadership and integrity and honor. And that's what's potentially going to be lost.
According to the district, JROTC enrollment has declined year over year. They noted cutting the program will save them about $116,000. In a statement, they said, the district respects the service and sacrifice of military members and recognizes the positive experiences many students have had in JROTC. This decision was financial and programmatic in nature.
They learned quite a bit.
Mike Kaiser's 2 daughters, both Reynolds grads, were in JROTC. They're sad for students who won't get the same opportunity as they did.
It's definitely really hard knowing that it's not going to be there for people to help them. It helped me in so many different ways, and it's really sad to see it go.
In Troutdale, Catherine Cook, KGW News.